Hey everyone. Hope you're all having a blessed day on this beautiful Sunday. So, have you ever woke up and answered your phone and then your world just gets turned completely upside down? And then you feel so lost and so confused as to what's going on. So, as many of you know, I've been diagnosed with a disease called Scleraderma several years ago. And it's a very, ugly, scary disease. For short, it pretty much hardens all your organs and causes a lot of issues, a lot of pain, joint pain, swelling, destroys your heart, your lungs, kidneys, skin, any organ you can think of. So I worked for Navistar for many years and always gave my blood, sweat, tears, put 100% into my job. And so, you pay into certain things and you get short-term disability, long-term disability, things like that. So I've been medically retired for several years now, unfortunately, because I would prefer to be able to go to work and pave my own way. Well, I was thankful enough that, I do get long-term disability. And I've been getting it since I left. And so that included my medical insurance, which I still pay for through my employer, and my long-term disability payments every month through my employer, which are supposed to last till 2033, all of my service time. So anyways, long story short, I have a lot of medical issues. I'm not going to name them all. I'll just name a few. So I have scleroderma, of course. I have RA. I have called what's pulmonary hypertension and pulmonary fibrosis, which is hardening of the lungs. I have congestive heart failure. I have coronary artery disease, pulmonary artery disease. I have lupus. Kidneys are messing up. Liver, just a lot of things, okay? A lot of chronic things that can take me out of this world easily. So I get a lot of medications, of course. I'm a guinea pig because there is no cure. They have no clue how to cure this scleroderma disease that causes all these other diseases. So I go to specialists, I go to doctors, I go here, there, everywhere. I take abundance of medication just to try to survive, right? So I wake up. Actually, I had just laid down to take a nap from taking my granddaughters to school. So about 9:30, my phone rings. And mind you, working for Navistar in 658, I am union represented. So my phone rings. It goes to voicemail, but something tells me to intercept it and answer it. So I answer. It's my union steward telling me that the company is now going to let me go. So, of course, I jumped straight up like, what are you talking about? I get benefits. I do this till 2033. So what are you talking about? They're letting me go. I've been on disability for over 5-6 years now. Actually, since 2017. So he's confused. He has no clue as to what's going on. Tells me to call some lady. I'm not going to name her name. And see what's going on. And then I had to remind him she doesn't work for Navistar anymore. So why would I be calling her? She's been gone. I knew that. She was a benefits rep. So long story short, he didn't have any answers. So then he tries to get some answers, whatever. The other union rep goes in, holds a 5-minute HR meeting and just says, oh, well, it stands. Okay, that's not good enough for me. And like I told him, if I was there in the building or had hands on, we would never take a 5-minute answer and make any decisions or take it as is. Mind you, I was a union steward as well when I worked there, and I did my job well. So, okay. In the meantime, the union rep, she was out for the day. So she calls me the next day. And mind you, I do love her to death, and she's a good person. But she also was flabbergasted as to what was going on. So she holds a meeting with HR. HR tries to say, oh, well, she should have came back to work for a short period of time back in 2020. And then her long term would have kicked back in. Excuse me? 2020? I think we're in the year of 2025. And so what happened, they went and found a clause in the master contract that states that you have to come back to work after your seniority time, or some little dumb clause, for a short period of time, and then they start your payments back. So again, I'm like, what do you guys mean? What do you mean? We're in 2025. Second of all, no one has ever informed me that I need to come back to work a short period of time. Not the company, not the union. So the union wasn't even aware of this clause. So of course they couldn't tell me this because they weren't even aware of it, which is in our contract, right? The company has dug deep and found it. And the union actually told me, we've never heard of this. We've never dealt with this situation. But it's in our contract. And we actually have a union benefits rep that we vote in to know these things, right? So the thing is, how, as an employee, are you supposed to know these things if the company's not telling you, the union's not telling you, and it's 5 years later? So now it's been a thing where they completely just turned my whole world upside down. I go to the doctor Friday. Guess what? No medical insurance. They've already stopped my medical insurance. Mind you, I paid the premium for the whole month. I go to fill up my prescriptions today. Guess what? No coverage for my medication. They have stopped my whole livelihood, from my income to, most importantly, my medical insurance. So now I understand why people say that they don't want to work for companies and this and that and work for themselves. Mind you, I put my work in to earn all this for myself at a very young age. I first started working there in 1999. So now my life is in an uproar and no one has an answer. No one. Not the company, not the union. The company does. Oh, you're no longer employed. We're just shutting off all your benefits. The union's lost, has no clue which way to even turn. They told me, oh, well, your doctor would have had to write you off permanently. Oh, no. Mind you, we have to see a company doctor inside the facility at Navistar when you're on disability. Their doctor wrote me off permanently and totally disabled because I was a liability to the company. Yes, my doctor writes me off as partially and temporarily, but their doctor wrote me off permanently and totally disabled. And now I and my family have to suffer through this and try to figure things out because it's someone else's mistake. And the thing is, they'll sleep well at night. I've been stressing ever since. No heart medication, no lung medication. I'm due to start a certain treatment in a couple weeks. And this is how I have to live. Mind you, while I'm raising 2 of my grandbabies. And they don't care. I'm sure they're enjoying this weekend with their families, not worrying about anything. But now I have to figure it out so I can live. Yes, I need my finances, but more importantly, my medical is gone. And this is what keeps me living. I can't afford the type of medications that I'm on because I'm just your typical middle class person. And now my world's turned upside down because it's someone else's mistakes, someone else's choices that had nothing to do with me. Now I have to worry, am I going to have a heart attack? Are my lungs going to fail? There's so many things that can go wrong. But I'm trying my best to keep the faith, because I do have a family that I have to live for. But take this as a lesson. Do not let anyone hold your future in your hands. Because if I would have known, guess what? I would have came back to work for whatever short period of time, because this is my life. And compassion doesn't live in this world anymore, as you guys know. See my skin? That's from the disease hardening my skin, because you know it's the largest organ on our body. But I'm so confused and I'm so lost, and no one's holding themselves accountable. But I got to hold myself accountable for everyone and suffer and try to figure out what I'm going to do tomorrow, what I'm going to do today. Because everything I have is fast progressing. It's not slow. But I don't even know what to say. I just thought I'd share this with you guys because I'm lost. I don't know what to do. I don't know what my next step is. I don't even know how to take the next step. And I've never been a person to say I don't know. But I will get through it. Because God's going to see me through it. But just know, stay aware. When you become ill, even if you're not ill, always know what your next move is. Don't keep it in anybody else's hands. And regardless, peace, love, always. I'm out.